What's going on, everybody? My name is Austin. You are back with Burkify Gaming, and we're here with Gamer Forever 1198.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
So, Gamer, I have a bit of a challenge for you. See how good your knowledge of words may be.
Zero. It's zero.
It's zero. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is try to explain the definition of conspiracy theories without using any variation of the word conspiracy or theory.
I, listen. You didn't tell me this was a smart challenge. Hold on a minute. Okay. Hmm. So, what do you want me to do?
Try to explain what a conspiracy theory is without using any variation of the word conspiracy or theory. So you can't use like conspiracies, theories, stuff like that.
They're unproven hypotheses by individuals of questionable character.
That turned out better than I thought it would.
I'm glad that worked.
Alright, as Gamer said, as I showed there, we were going over conspiracy theories. I looked up a list of conspiracy theories, and I've actually found a good number of them. Some of these I've never even heard of before. Some of these I have heard of. So, Gamer, what we're going to do is I'm going to read off a conspiracy theory, the story behind it. I want you to kind of rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 on how likely this actually may be.
Okay.
All right.
How personally or?
Yeah, personally, we'll both give our ratings on how much we possibly think this could be, how possible this could be. We'll both give our rating, and then we'll move on to the next one.
All right.
All right. So the first one is actually I found this on Wikipedia. It's got a whole list of theories, and they're kind of spread out nicely. So the first one's aviation. And then there's business and industry, death and disappearances, economics and society, espionage, ethnicity, race, and religion. Should be fun.
We're getting into some fun stuff.
Here's going to be our favorite one of our favorite ones: extraterrestrials and UFOs.
Oh yeah.
And then we got government, politics, and conflict, medicine, science and technology, space agencies, sports, and that'll be it.
Okay.
Alright, so the first one is aviation. So the first one to go over is one called black helicopters. This conspiracy theory emerged in the U.S. in the 1960s. The John Birch Society originally promoted it, asserting that a United Nations force would soon arrive in black helicopters to bring the U.S. under UN control. The theory re-emerged in the 1990s during the presidency of Bill Clinton and has been promoted by talk show host Glenn Beck. A similar theory concerning so-called phantom helicopters appeared in the UK in the 1970s. So obviously, this didn't happen that I know of.
So their whole conspiracy theory is that the U.S. is going to take control of the UN by...
No. You got it backwards. The UN was supposed to take control of the U.S. by force of black helicopters. So obviously it didn't happen, but think in the 1960s when it first emerged. I'm just going to look up notable events in the 1960s to kind of see what might have brought this on.
That's the end of the Cold War, isn't it? The end of the Cold War era?
Dude, I'm not good with dates.
I'm pretty sure that's the end of the Cold War era, which means that people needed something else to fear.
Okay. So, it looks like... okay, so 1960, John F. Kennedy wins U.S. presidential election.
Kennedy assassination.
The United States sends 3,500 U.S. troops to Vietnam. I'm just reading off. There's a lot of them here. I'm just reading off kind of the gist of important things. Construction of the Berlin Wall begins in an effort to separate East and West Berlin.
Yeah.
Bay of Pigs invasion is unsuccessful U.S.-backed operation to overthrow Fidel Castro in Cuba. That was in 61.
You know what? Just based on that little bit you list, I think this could have been a plan, right? Like this could have been a plan that the UN put in as like if the US starts going off the walls kind of shit, we need a plan to deal with them kind of stuff.
Well, here's the thing too: is NATO was created. I'm looking at it right now, April 4th, 1949. Now, I don't think, as far as I know, NATO was not involved in much of anything with Vietnam or with the Bay of Pigs invasion in Cuba.
No, those all had to do with Russia versus U.S. Cold War kind of stuff.
Well,
You know,
that and the whole communism versus democracy thing too. That's what the whole Vietnam War was about. That's what Cuba was about.
yeah,
So, I mean, I think this may have possibly been a thing because, maybe the world, like, they're like, oh, well, the UN obviously sees that the US is trying to, in their mind, overthrow the world and put it to their way of thinking. That may not made a lot of people happy. So this could have possibly been a thing that they had talked about. However, if it had actually happened, I think maybe a likeliness, honestly, a 1 to 10, maybe a possible 2.
yeah. I don't think it. In terms of actual happening, I'm going 1. I don't think it would ever happen. In terms of like maybe there was a plan or some sort of discussion between world powers is in terms of getting an invasion to the U.S. if something would happen.
Yeah,
I
because
think that's
in
probably been talked about.
65, the Vietnam War escalates and opposition to it begins to mount as anti-Vietnam protests become more common. So that would make a little bit of sense. I'm not seeing anything else of great boards, at least not to this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Why? I'm sorry, viewers. I can't breathe.
Alright, while he's laughing his ass off, you guys can see that I got this video up right now in the background. It is my 7th installment of Red Dead Redemption 2. That was posted 2 days ago from when I'm recording this. So feel free to check that out along with Gamer. His channel link is always in my description. Go ahead and check him out, show him some love, and subscribe to both of us because we're pretty fucking awesome.
Oh hell yeah, viewers. Oh,
Alright.
Austin, I'm gonna send you a video here in a second. You don't have to watch it right now. I have to send it because it's just the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, look at it later.
Alright.
Alright, the next one we're going over is called chemtrails, also known as SLAP, Secret Large-Scale Atmospheric Program. This theory alleges that water condensation contains contrails from aircrafts consisting of chemical or biological agents, or contains supposedly toxic mix of aluminum, strontium, and barium under secret government policies. An estimated 17% of people globally believe that this theory to be true or partly true. In 2016, the Carnegie Institution for Science published the first ever peer-reviewed study of the chemtrail theory. 76 out of 77 participating atmospheric chemists and geochemists stated that they see no evidence to support the chemtrail theory, or stated that chemtrail theories rely on poor sampling.
So basically, this whole theory is the government's poisoning us via water condensation.
Through aircrafts, right? They're saying that aircrafts, when they give out like their streams or whatever, they're leaving trails of aluminum, strontium, and barium, and that's poisoning us, I guess.
I'm doing a 1. I think that's just kind of a little bit off the wall theory of people that are kind of just convinced the government's always after us, kind of shit. Like,
I'm going to do a little bit of research here. If I could fucking type. Before I make any okay.
wait, what are you looking up?
I just want to see. Okay, so I'm looking at some things that are actually that's actually in jet fuel, like what's actually in it.
Oh no! I'm sure that like it's not great to have fucking airplanes flying around, but it's just like cars and shit, carbon emission and all that.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I'm looking through here and I don't see a whole lot of anything. I mean, obviously, it's probably not great for the atmosphere or for our lungs, but I mean, we do worse with our lungs. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's.
I'm gonna give this a 4, just because I could see it happening and I could see the government trying to like kind of hide it, but at the same time, like it did say it was looked up and literally like 76 out of 77 participating atmospheric chemists and geochemists stated that they had seen no evidence, or that stated chemtrail theories rely on poor sampling. So I'm gonna give it like a 4.
Okay, fair enough.
The
I
next
think
one,
bullshit.
the next one is Korean Airlines Flight 007. The destruction of Korean Airlines Flight 007 by Soviet jets in 1983 has long drawn the interest of conspiracy theorists. The theories range from allegations of planned espionage mission to a U.S. government cover-up to consumption of passenger remains by giant crabs. I'm actually not familiar with this. I'm going to type this into Google and see what this is actually about.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one either.
Okay. Korean
Though
okay. Okay, here it is. Korean Airlines Flight 007, also known as CAL 007 or KE 007, was a scheduled Korean Airlines flight from New York City to Seoul via Anchorage, Alaska. On September 1st, 1980.
It's South America. Or not America, it's South Korea then.
Yeah. That's South America. This is Alaska. It's about as far north as you can fucking get.
I misspoke, you know what I mean?
On September 1st, 1983, the South Korean airliner servicing flight was shot down by Soviet Su-15 interceptors. The Boeing 747 airliner was en route from Anchorage to Seoul, but due to a navigational mistake made by the KAL crew, the airliner deviated from its servicing flight and was shot down by Soviet Su-15 interceptors. The Boeing 747... Wait, no, hold on. I'm stupid. Deviated from its original planned route and flew through Soviet-prohibited airspace about the time a U.S. aerial reconnaissance mission. The Soviet Air Force treated the unidentified aircraft as an intruding U.S. spy plane and destroyed it with air-to-air missiles. After firing warning shots, which were not likely seen by the CAL pilots, the Korean airliner eventually crashed in the sea near Monoran Island, west of Sakhalin, in the Sea of Japan. All 269 passengers and crew aboard were killed, including Larry McDonald, the United States representative from Georgia. The Soviets found the wreckage under the sea on September 15th. Found the flight recorders in October, but this information was kept secret until 1993. Soviet Union initially denied knowledge of the incident, but later admitted to shooting down the aircraft, claiming it was a Mesent spy mission. The Politburo of the Communist Party of Soviet Union said it was deliberate provocation by the United States to probe the Soviet Union's military preparedness or even to provoke a war. The White House accused the Soviet Union of obstructing search and rescue operations. The Soviet armed force suppressed evidence sought by the International Civil Aviation Organization. Investigations such as flight recorders, which were released 10 years after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. The incident was one of the most tense moments in the Cold War and resulted in escalation in anti-Soviet sentiment, particularly in the United States. As a result of the incident, the United States altered tracking procedures for aircraft departing from Alaska. The interference of autopilot used on airliners was redesigned to make it more ergonomic, whatever the hell that means. In addition to the incident was one of the most important events that prompted Reagan administration to allow worldwide access to the United States global positioning system. Okay. So basically, this plane was allegedly off course, going from Anchorage to Seoul, ended up in Soviet airspace, and was shot down by Soviet armed forces, thinking it could have been a American reconnaissance mission to see about the Soviet military preparedness.
So what exactly is the conspiracy theory part? Because that all sounds like it's already confirmed and been like, yes, this is what happened.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out too, is this says a theories range from allegations of planned espionage mission to U.S. government cover-up. So there's actually no conspiracy. There's a bunch of conspiracy theories, and they all range from it could have just been a regular pilot who had gotten off course, or it could have been the U.S. being fuckbags.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the U.S. to, like, use this as a provocation of some sort, you know?
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, it sounds like, you know, a pretty fucking...
My biggest problem here is it says that the consumption of passengers' remains by giant crabs, but nowhere when reading that did it say anything about the passengers' remains ending up disappearing. How do you lose 263 bodies?
Yeah, that seems... So maybe what happened here is this was like a plane that was claimed to have all these bodies that was flying over, but maybe it was just like a fucking spy drone or something from the
right.
US. But when it was shot down, they couldn't be like, oh yeah, South Korea is in with us using this for a spy plane shit. They couldn't admit that, obviously. So
Right,
they
and it was hid for a long time. Like I said, they didn't even release any of the information until the '90s, and this happened in '83.
yeah. So I mean, I feel like it's a high likelihood. I'd give it like a 7 that there's something going on here, but I don't know how.
We're not gonna waste our brain space to try to figure it out.
Yeah, like
Right, yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna give it probably a 7. All right, next one. I'm familiar with this one. I'm sure you are too. Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 was shot down over Ukraine or was shot down in Ukraine over in July 2014. The event was spawned numerous alternative theories. These variously include allegations that it was secretly flight MH370 the plane was actually shot down by Ukrainian Air Force to frame Russia. That it was part of a conspiracy theory to conceal the truth about HIV, where the Illuminati or Israel was responsible.
okay, I don't know about all that.
This is actually a different
Ukraine,
flight. This is actually Malaysia Flight MH17, so I don't actually know what that is. I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, no, this sounds like just typical post-Soviet Union spy crap where Russia's doing something.
This isn't. I don't think it's post-Soviet Union anything because this happened in 2014.
Exactly, so it's post-Soviet. I'm saying Russia after post-Soviet. Russia has they've always had the agenda of we want to reclaim our glorious empire borders kind of thing. And so shit going down in Ukraine and the Russians kind of using it as an excuse to invade kind of shit. I could see something going like that.
Right, but what they're trying to figure out is the Ukrainian government trying to frame Russia, or was it it was part of a conspiracy to conceal the truth about HIV, which I don't know what truth that would be. But apparently there were 7 disease specialists on board. There was also rumors that the Illuminati was involved, or possibly that Israel was also responsible.
Why would Israel see? Okay, so everything there, I would probably give a 1 in terms of that. The 7 disease specialists, I guess I'd give the covering up something with the disease. I guess I'd put that at like a 6 or 7 because that shit, they're covering something up with that possibly. I could see that being a thing. I could see the one for Russia being like a 6 or 7 where they're trying to frame a government because that always happens and shit.
Right, and not to mention, like, Israel is several hours from Ukraine.
It's a little far south. I would say it's a little farther south of Ukraine.
Yeah, just a tad south, under, everything fucking else.
Yeah, just a tad south. Just a tad.
So I don't think Israel will be involved, at least not,
unless we're missing something about the theory or it's important to know who was on the plane.
Like I said, the only thing that says that was on the plane was the 7 disease specialists were on board, and that's where they said that conspiracy trying to conceal the truth about HIV.
Were they the only people on board the plane? Was it a private jet?
It says Malaysia Flight 17 was a scheduled passenger flight from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur that was shot down while flying over eastern Ukraine. All 283 passengers and 15 crew were killed. Contact with the aircraft, a Boeing 77, was lost. It was about 50. Give me that back, fucker.
You click on something and it disappeared.
Yeah. So contact with it was lost about 50 kilometers from the Ukraine-Russian border. Okay. So that's interesting. However, I was never aware that Ukraine and Russia were at bad terms. I could assume so.
Russia's on bad terms with everyone.
Basically, yeah. So I could see it. But, the problem is if Ukraine shot down this plane, how would they have blamed it on Russia and why? Like, what was so important in there or so controversial in there that they could blame Russia for it?
Yeah, if it's just a normal passenger plane, the fact that there were 7 disease specialists, maybe there was a convention or something they were going to.
I'm thinking it's probably part of a conspiracy to try to conceal the truth about HIV. It's probably most likely. None of these are very likely. I'm still confused on why Ukraine would have shot it down. But
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it veered off course into restricted airspace or something. They maybe thought it was a Russian spy satellite. or some shit. I don't know, man. I mean, Russia's or like not Russia. Well, Russia too, but Ukraine in general just have like a fucking the minefield of politics. So maybe something happened there that a politician was using as a reason to do something. Like who knows? There's a lot of things this could be.
I should also
I'll give
point
you
out that
over.
I'm already starting to drink, so it may get a little wonky after a while.
Oh, this will be fun.
Oh yeah. All right, the next one I think we're both familiar with. It's Malaysia Flight MH370. The disappearance of Malaysia Flight 370 in Southeast Asia in March 2014 has prompted many theories. One theory suggests that this plane was hidden away and reintroduced as Flight MH17, which was one that was shot down. Um, um, Prolific American conspiracy theorist James H. Fetzer has placed responsibility for disappearance with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay? Historian Norman Davies has promoted the conspiracy theory that hackers remotely took down the Boeing Honeywell uninterruptible autopilot, supposedly installed on board, remotely piloting the aircraft to Antarctica. There's also, I mean, these aren't listed, but there's also the conspiracy theory that it may have just crashed and was lost in the ocean, or that it was possibly abducted by extraterrestrial beings.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the most likely is like it crashed, went down, something went wrong in its systems, and I don't know why we can't find it. Like maybe it crashed on like some remote island somewhere and not actually in the ocean. So like it.
I mean, it does say when you look up this flight, it does say it lost contact for several hours. And so who knows? Maybe the GPS was lost. Maybe something went wrong with the plane, and since no one had contact with it, no one knew where the fuck it was. So how are they going to know where it crashed? They can kind of guesstimate where it was, but
Yeah.
I mean, it could be so far off course. You never know.
Yeah.
Also, like how it says here that there's 239 presumed fatalities.
Yeah, because they never found anybody.
Right, like we don't know, but they're probably dead.
We're gonna fucking find them sitting on a fucking island having like built their civilization in like 20 years.
Minecraft style.
They went out and punched some trees.
Okay, so I'm reading this thing. It says relying mostly on analysis of data from the Inmarsat satellite with which the aircraft last communicated, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau proposed initially with a hypoxia event was most likely given the most likely given the available evidence, although there's not been any consensus concerning this theory among investigators. At various stages of the investigation, possible hijacking scenarios were considered, including crew involvement and suspicion of the airline's cargo manifest. Many theories have been proposed by the media. The Malaysian Ministry of Transport's final report from July 2018 was inconclusive but highlighted Malaysian air traffic controllers' failures to attempt to communicate with the aircraft shortly after its disappearance. In the absence of a definitive cause of disappearance, air transport industry safety recommendations or regulations citing Flight 370 have been intended mostly to prevent a repetition of circumstances associated with the loss. These include increased battery life on underwater locator beacons, lengthening of recording times on flight data recorders and cockpit voice recorders, and new standards for aircraft position reporting over the open ocean. So that's something I didn't know. I didn't know they had underwater locator beacons.
Yeah, it's to help send out a distress call.
I know what it's for. I just didn't know they were in planes.
Well, yeah, they lose. Heck, I feel like most of the time if a plane goes down, it's probably likely it's going to be over fucking water.
Camera.
Austin, the Earth is 70% water.
I know, that's what I was pointing out!
Well, exactly, that's why they need these things, so...
I know, like, but I just didn't know they had these installed in planes. Like, I know some ships had them, but I didn't know they would actually be in planes. I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, if I had thought about it, I could assume, but I never put any thought into it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go over a couple of these. We're going to kind of rank them. So, we're going to start with my favorite, and also probably my least likely one. Abducted by aliens. What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 out of 10 happened.
10 out of 10. It definitely happened.
No doubt.
Okay, I want to give that a 3. Because if they're traveling here, given we're going to assume that for a moment that aliens are real, if they have the technology to fly here, why would they fly here just to abduct a big ass plane?
Maybe they were curious, or maybe they ran into him on accident. I don't know.
Oh, that's what happened. New conspiracy theory: collision with a UFO.
Collision with UFO. They were forced to. They didn't. Mean fucking hell. Imagine we start a fucking new conspiracy. Fucking ran into the damn UFO.
Okay, the next one is hijacking. What do you think?
I think that one's like a 9. Like that with the way fucking airplanes are. Like, you know what I mean. Like I don't want to.
Right, that would also explain why it got off course and why nobody can find it. I'd give it that.
And why they lost communications, like, and stopped communicating themselves. Like,
Right,
the crew isn't just gonna be like, I don't feel like communicating with my fucking tower for a few hours. No, definitely something happened there.
Right.
I feel like it's a high chance that's what happened. But
all right, what do you think about hackers remotely taking over and supposedly and piloting it to Antarctica remotely?
I think I'm gonna give that one a 5, just because I guess it could be possible, but the difficulty of like, if they're hacking the plane, using it remotely, doing all this stuff, there's no way they could do it from outside. Like, the signal on a fucking plane is shoddy as is in terms of, like, Wi-Fi and getting out wider connections like that. Now, why I'm assuming it can be done, obviously the fucking military does, and there are plenty of people that can do it. Taking remote control of a plane, assuming you're in Asia, right? So taking remote control from a plane in Asia or wherever you're at, piloting it to where no one notices that it's flying. Like, I'm assuming the captain can override this manual control system. I just don't think it's very likely, but it's not an improbability.
Okay, so I'm going to put forward another theory for you. Maybe it wasn't hijacked remotely. Maybe it was done from the plane itself. Remember, this is 2014.
Now, if the hacker was on the plane, they had their computer to take control and hack, that would still fall under the category of a hijacking, though.
Right. But the hijacking, most people think hijacking, terrorists, guns, pushing their way through. I'm talking about someone just remotely, or not even remotely, but from the plane itself. They just hooked up to the Wi-Fi, and they hacked the navigation system and was able to get it successfully to Antarctica for whatever reason.
Yeah, I guess it's a possibility. That's why I ranked it a 5 out of 10. Like, I just don't think it's very probable.
I give the second option a 5. I think it's possible, probably not probable, but doing it remotely, I give it a 3.
Yeah, doing it remotely from outside the plane, off on a fucking island somewhere, hacking the damn plane or whatever the fucking shit they do, that one I would also probably give it.
Right.
But if they're doing it from inside the plane, maybe they have the computer take control of the systems or something, I give that one fucking 5. Although, I don't know if I'd make it fly to Antarctica if I'm on the plane, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, why would you go to Antarctica?
Yeah, I'm alright on that one.
Okay, so we're going next. That's done with aviation. We're now moving into business and industry. We're into business.
Business.
All right, the first one is called the Deepwater Horizon. Multiple conspiracy theories pertain to a fatal oil rig industrial accident in 2010 in the Gulf of Mexico, alleging sabotage by those seeking to promote environmentalism or a strike by North Korean or Russian submarines. Elements of such theories have been suggested or promoted by U.S. radio host Rush Limbaugh. So basically what I'm getting out of this is there was a oil rig accident. They're thinking it was either a strike by submarines or it was sabotage. I'm actually going to look this up because I've never heard of this.
I'll give the sabotage theory a 6. Like, yeah, I could see it happening if they were going to target and try to sabotage something. An oil rig would definitely be a blow to the U.S. We know how we like our oil. It would probably, if it was another country sabotaging it, it would be fairly easy to attack because offshore. What?
I'm looking into this. It's actually really cool. It says Deepwater Horizon was an ultra-deepwater, dynamically positioned semi-submersible offshore drilling rig owned by Transocean. Built in 2001 in South Korea by Hyundai Heavy Industries, the rig was commissioned by R&B Falcon, it's a later asset of Transocean, registered by Majuro, and leased to BP in 2001 until September 2013. In September 2009, the drill rigged its deepest oil well in history at a vertical depth of 35,050 feet, measured depth of 35,055 feet. In a Tiber oil field in Keithley Canyon, southeast of Houston. In 2010, while drilling at the Macondo prospect, a blowout caused an explosion on the rig that killed 11 crewmen, ignited a fireball visible from 40 miles away. The fire was inextinguishable, and 2 days later, on April 22nd, the horizon sank, leaving the well gushing at a seabed and causing the largest marine oil spill in history.
Oh, I remember this actually. It was on the news for fucking ever. Yeah, I think sabotage is like a high chance. Yeah. I think there's a high chance of sabotage in this instance here.
Okay, what do you think about a strike from North Korea or Russia?
I mean, I think that one's a little less likely. I'll give it a 5 just because it's still likely, still possible, but I don't think... Like, if they're going to strike something, I don't know if they'd go for... If they were going to do that, they may have wanted to take out something a little more important. I know it's an oil well and it was probably important, but like, you know, they would make more of a statement and at least take credit for it, or at least, you know, be like, see, look what I can do. I can strike the U.S. and they can't do fuck all, you know, like something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at notable events from 2014. Okay, so it looks like January 19th, was the Banu bombing, a Taliban vehicle bomb attack at Pakistani military convoy in the city of Banu, which had nothing to do with anybody. Ebola started. There we go.
Ebola. I mean, Ebola's always been around, but that's the year I think.
The Ebola virus epidemic in West Africa begins, infecting at least 28,616 people, killing at least 11,310. So y'all worried about the goddamn coronavirus? Ebola's killing everybody.
Yeah, what happened to Ebola? Bring back the good diseases.
Bring back the death.
We're demonic. Fucking opening video, fucking talking about fucking terrorist bombings and fucking Ebola. And...
I'm not seeing anything that would cause anything for a strike by North Korea or Russia other than them just being assholes.
Yeah, so I don't think it's highly as likely as just, you know, some sort of sabotage. They may have ties to something like a country, but I don't know. I would say it would just be a general sabotage, not like a preemptive.
Yeah, I'm going to go with sabotage, probably more likely at probably a 7. I think the strike by our enemies, I'm going to give it probably a 3. Hi. Yeah. Alright, so next we're going to go over... it's called New Coke. A theory claims that the Coca-Cola intentionally changed to an inferior formula with New Coke, with the intent of either driving up demand for the original product or permitting the reintroduction of the original with a new formula using cheaper ingredients. Coca-Cola President Donald Keogh rebutted this charge. The truth is, we're not that dumb and we're not that smart. I give this a 9. Like, it's a pretty common practice for companies to put out a new thing just so they're like, oh, we want the old one back, and that drives up demand for it. That's just smart business. I'm going to give that a 9. As far as for cheaper ingredients, I'll give that a 7. It's also probable. But I think like the other one's probably more likely.
Yeah, I think it's probably something that's happened. I think, or maybe like not even that. Maybe they did say or like advertise this new product or something just to like. I don't know. I don't even know. I think it's likely. Pretty much similar as like you said. Good business practice, and they got free fucking publicity out of it. Like, oh, Coke changed the recipe. You know, like. I feel like that would just be something they would do, you know. I just feel, yeah.
Right. I didn't look up this thing beforehand, so I'm a little confused on this one because it was supposed to be a whole segment, but it's actually just one really, really long paragraph. So I'm just gonna skip deaths and disappearances.
Aww.
I mean, I can read the whole thing, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs.
All right, we can skip that one.
Right, but this next one will be fun for us too. Economics and society. Ready for this one?
Okay. Yep.
New World Order.
Oh fuck.
The New World Order theory states that a group of international elites controls governments, industry, and media organizations with the goal of establishing global hegemony. They are alleged to be implicated in the most of the major wars in the last 2 centuries, to carry out secretly staged events and deliberately manipulate economies. Organizations alleged to be part of this plot include the Federal Reserve System, the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the European Union, the United Nations, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, Bohemian Grove, La Circle, and Yale University Society Skull and Bones. The Discordian hoax has resulted in one of the world's foremost conspiracy theories, which claim the Illuminati are secretly promoting the posited New World Order. Theorists believe that a wide range of musicians, including Beyonce and Whitney Houston, have been associated with this group. Prominent theorists include Mark Dice and David Icke.
Yeah, I'm giving this one a 2.
You don't believe almost at all in the New World Order?
I think it's something that just sounds like it would be too big to be a big secret. You know what I mean? One of those secret, not secret things.
Yeah, it's not like a whistleblower or anything like that.
Yeah, and yes, okay, anyone who points out, well, maybe they killed him, or maybe they control the media and you wouldn't hear anything.
I mean, don't forget, Whitney Houston did die recently.
I mean, in this day and age, I don't think it would be possible to cover up something that big for as long as they're claiming it's been covered up. You know what I mean?
I'm calling for torture. Someone capture and torture Beyonce and get the New World Order information out of her.
So I don't think it's. I think it could be a thing eventually, right? Like, there's definitely some sort of secret society out there that's like dedicated to this. Maybe they are powerful and stuff, but I don't think it covers as wide a span as they're saying. And I don't think so. Like I said, it's so big that it would have had to have failed by now.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Or past, or they would have had control by now if they're that long. Like shit.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 5 because I don't think they're trying to take control. Really, I think they're more trying to manipulate things so it works out better for their society, whatever their end goal may be. Well
done.
So I can see that it could possibly be a thing, but I'm also kind of siding with you. Like, how could it have not have failed or at least been released by now? So yeah, I'll give that a 5. Okay, so the next one I'm actually pretty familiar with. It's the Denver Airport. Have you heard of this one?
I don't know what this one is.
Some theorists believe that Denver International Airport stands above an underground city which serves as headquarters of the New World Order.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Theorists cite the airport's unusually large size, its distance from Denver city center, Masonic and alleged satanic symbols, as well as a set of murals which include depictions of war and death.
Yeah, I'm giving this a 1. They can fuck off.
Well, before you do, I'm going to pause my video in the background here and change my OBS setup so everybody can see what I'm looking at here. Okay.
I mean, if it exists, I'm going to be pissed they haven't invited me in a badass underground city. But I just don't think it's a thing.
Okay, so the first thing I'm looking at, I'll share my screen with you so you can also see. Oh, not that.
You showed me his porn, guys. I've seen it. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely. So this is the first thing I'm looking at. It's got the Masonic symbols. Oh, what they're showing here. I mean, honestly, this could be anything. In all reality, this could be anything.
Maybe it was just something cool that people wanted to put on the damn thing. I don't know.
Right, but also here's why I'm coming. Why would you have this fucking nightmare in a goddamn airport?
Because who doesn't want a fucking museum in an airport?
Look at that. It's a fucking commie.
What?
Underground bunkers. Look at this. A theory hidden beneath the airport's underground baggage transport tunnels is a secret bunker designed to house billionaires and global political elite in the event of apocalypse. Lizard people and where evidence of aliens are also thought to be lurking down here. Contractors who originally...
Okay. hold on. Did that say a bomb shelter could be under the airport?
It's a secret bunker. A secret bunker.
See, now if we're not talking underground city, a location of the headquarters of this evil organization that wants to take control of the world, kind of shit, then an underground bomb shelter or bunker, I can believe is under. Oh fuck! What just happened? I can believe that's under there, but this whole New World Order's secret headquarters, underground city shit, that's a one. Maybe having some underground bunker in the case of an emergency or some underground facilities, like tunnels, something like that. That I give like a 7 because I can believe that something's under there. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, right. But what do you think
But
about this picture here?
what about it?
It's an alien.
Yo, I could go and chisel that in the side of my house and call it an alien.
Conspiracy!
Just find some fucking stone.
Here's
fucking
another one you
chisel.
might find interesting. It's Nazi runways in remote locations. The DIA is a location approximately 25 miles from downtown Denver. A swastika-shaped runway configuration and various barely concealable symbols of Nazism or fascism hint at a number of sinister plots. Also, a
I
tunnel is
mean,
said to connect DIA and NORAD nearly 100 miles to the south near Colorado. I gotta look at this. A Nazi-symboled runway.
man, we're definitely demonetized. Sorry, YouTube.
Oh. You know what? Kinda.
I mean, okay,
I mean, they kind of
it's
missed a bunch of shit here and there, but kinda.
it's a very big stretch. Like if you look hard enough for something specific, you can find it in almost anything.
I mean, yeah,
Is my opinion.
I mean that's true. I mean, if you look hard enough at one of us, I mean, you'll see a pretty handsome guy, and you look closer, like, oh, never mind.
Fair enough. No, but like, okay, sure, maybe it does,
So
but I don't think it's some.
let's look at one without the drawing. Let's look at one without the drawing here, because I can't
Yeah,
see it. I see one here, one here, one here. I kind of get it down here, but I mean, it all doesn't even really connect. Like this kind of doesn't really connect anywhere. This doesn't really connect
yeah.
anywhere. They're not really connected. They're all just going to be like this is what we're centered around, and that's just,
Without
eh.
without specifically trying to look for it and pin it as a Nazi kind of thing, you don't. It's not there. Like I don't think. And just I want to point this out. If you were a Nazi, you wouldn't have your fucking airport in the shape of your goddamn symbol. It's just not what you're gonna do. I'm just saying.
Right. I mean,
And
Americans have nothing better to do with their time. So, I mean, if you're just going to try to leave subtle hints, you're not going to leave them on a fucking runway.
yeah, like I don't know. I just don't believe that one's a thing. I'm still going with the one. Like I said, if there's maybe I can see the whole there's some underground facility or some, but maybe there is a bomb shelter in case of an emergency, an underground,
Yeah.
because Denver Airport. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a big major airport that
No shit, it's in
when
fucking
going through.
Denver.
Well, when it like I said, isn't Denver supposed to be a an emergency capital location in case of a Washington destruction?
That's a good point. Look it up.
Because it's in the middle of the country. I'm pretty sure Denver is supposed to be the emergency capital in case of the fall of Washington D.C. due to the fact that where its location and stuff, they have a bunch of shelters under there. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of thing. And Denver is just not the one you would expect to be like if something would have happened. But I'm pretty sure they do have something like that in the case of like shit going down and all that shit. Oh fuck! I fucked up. U.S. Capitol in case of nine
Okay.
capital.
So there are 9 capitals of the United States. I didn't know this was a thing. Okay, so I don't think this is what I was looking for.
No, I think you'd have to do like an emergency kind of situation.
I did. U.S.
Like
emergency capital locations.
um, look like word it differently. Like if Washington were to fall, where would the U.S. Capitol be or something? If Washington D.C. fell, where would the capital
Oh, here we go. I think.
Okay, so
Oh, I'm on
they
Quora.
they they would move a bunch of different things to around to try to not continue paying Congress. And then the Supreme Court, the High Court, if you will, Denver. Congress needs to be located near the geographical center of the largest city. Near there being Wichita, legislated that Congress cities should not be allowed to purchase a home there, and the amount of rent they can pay should be minimal. Encourages not only visitation of the family home district, but might actually lead to the farmers' ideal part-time legislation. So, if due to it due to its geographical location, the fact that it is a major city, and the fact that it being where it's at with the potential of bomb shelters being like a really, as far as I'm understanding, maybe I'm completely dead wrong, but as far as I understand it, it would be the, well, if you're looking for the exact center, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in Kansas.
Yeah, I'm looking at there now. Actually, hold on. What the? Scroll out. It's in Nebraska. Yeah, it's right on the corner of like Nebraska and
In Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah,
So Denver is
like,
so far from there, though.
okay, but look at the actual area of that. Okay, where
Okay.
where in that area is there anything other than corn? It's all corn
Kansas
there, Austin.
City, Omaha, Wichita.
Kansas City doesn't have any kind of governmental facilities that could act in case of an emergency. Denver has facility. The reason I think it is I think Denver, like I said, Denver has the major airport. Kansas City obviously has an airport, but it's not as a thing. Like
It's not as a thing.
Denver, you have to also think if Washington's fallen, right? You'd want it to be a little more to the coast that's safe than the one that's not. So
Right.
Denver's kind of like a really good choice. It's also on the mountains. If you go into any of these towns that you're looking at right now, you've been here, you've been up here, obviously, seeing me and shit, right? So you know
Right.
that in Kansas, it's all flat land. There's not much going on. It's not very safe in terms of defense if someone were to invade, like from the air, or do something, roll some shit in there. They can just roll in. You know what I mean? Denver, however, being on the mountains, having all that shit, easy to make underground bomb shelters, facilities, lots of Air Force defense and shit. Stop looking at my hometown in a YouTube video.
I'm looking for you, motherfucker.
No, seriously. No, Austin, I'm not
You're
kidding.
not even in Lacine. You're so far from it. Who the fuck is calling me? Hello? What do you want?
What are you doing?
Recording. Told you I was gonna be recording.
Oh, I didn't know because my phone was stuck on a
Is it
low
Tasha?
screen.
I'm gonna fight you, ho.
It's Tasha.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know. My phone was stuck on the phone screen.
Sorry.
And then we turned on that, so I guess we'll take you. I just wanted you to know that I wasn't ignoring you.
Okay, I'll text you when we're done.
Okay, bye.
As for you, motherfucker, you're not even in the fucking city limits, so fuck off.
You fuck
I
off.
mean, to be fair, I'm not either in my hometown. Not even my hometown where I live currently. Yeah, I'm nowhere close. How did I even end up with a goddamn Ridgedale fucking address? And I guess technically I got a Hollister address. Am I even fucking there?
You're making me have. I'm gonna have to go through and edit.
I'm not even in Hollister! Where's my address?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and edit your fucking video.
Dude, I'm not in Hollister, I'm not in Ridgedale. Somehow both addresses go to the same place, but I'm in neither place. What?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. On the other side, this Jack Daniels is really good.
Oh yeah, you're drunk.
It is hot in here. I'm sweating. My AC's on. I don't know what I can do about it, but I'm sweating.
Maybe it's the alcohol.
Hey, shut the fuck up. This stuff is really good though. It's like a cocktail sort of thing. It's like Jack Daniels mixed with whatever, and this cherry limeade, it's pretty top notch, bro.
Fair.
Wait, hold on. Government warning. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. Consumption of alcohol beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems.
Why is that funny? That's like a normal thing.
It just seems like common sense, but that's how stupid we are, like, as a country. Like, you have to put labels on the bottle. Hey, don't drink and drive.
You realize there are labels on a fucking big ass compactor that like grinds up animals that says "Do not step in," right? Like,
Right, that's the problem, though. Is there shouldn't be. Like, collectively, you know what we need to do?
and
We need to stop putting warning labels
yeah,
on
I
things
think
in
we've
general.
said-
If
I
you
think
want
we've
to do something
discussed that
stupid,
before.
we probably have, and I know a lot of comedians have talked about it too. But we need to really legitimately stop doing this. If you don't know how to Google something, then you're just too stupid to actually be doing that
Fucking-
thing.
Fucking Google.
Get
Is that
down.
how we
MJ,
So-
I'm holding you right now. But yeah, but basically, like if you don't know you shouldn't smoke while filling up your car, just fucking die.
Just make sure you lean into
If
it.
you don't know that you shouldn't drink and drive, just fucking die. If you don't know you shouldn't stick your head in a wood chipper, just fucking die. If you don't know that you shouldn't stick your face or your eyeball looking down the barrel of a gun to see if it's loaded, just fucking die. Bitch.
And this turned really aggressive. I think I'm about to lose to fucking Cleveland, and that really disappoints me.
We got so off topic.
Yeah, let's go back to the original conspiracy. Like, we went way off. I don't even know
We
where
went from never airport to just fucking die.
just fucking died talking about the Capitol. Or, I don't even know where we're at.
Alright. George Soros. A Hungarian-American investor, George Soros, has been subject to conspiracy theories since the 1990s. Soros has used his wealth to promote many political, social, educational, and scientific causes, disturbing grants totaling an estimated $11 billion up to 2016. However, theories tend to assert that Soros is in control of a large portion of the world's wealth, and governments, and has secretly funded a large range of persons and organizations for a nefarious purpose, such as Antifa, which the conspiracy theorists claim is a single far-left militant group. Such ideas have been promoted by Viktor Orban, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Joseph DeGenova, Bill O'Reilly, Roy Moore, Alex Jones, Paul Gosar, Ben Garrison. Soros conspiracy theories are sometimes linked to anti-Semitic conspiracy theories as well. So basically, this guy has a lot of money, so everybody's calling him anti-Semitic. He's saying that he is like funding a far-left militant group, and has been called out by only person I know here is Donald Trump and Alex Jones.
I mean, maybe. Like, fuck, dude. Fuck it.
Is it
I'll
possible?
I'm down.
Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. I'm giving this a 4.
Fair enough. I'll go with your rating on that one.
Freemasonry. Conspiracy theories concerning the Freemasons have proliferated since the 18th century. Theories have alleged that the Freemasons control large parts of the economies or judiciaries of a number of countries, and have alleged Masonic involvement in events surrounding the sinking of the Titanic and crimes of Jack the Ripper. What? Notable among theorists have been American inventor Samuel Morse, who in 1835 published a book on his own conspiracy theories. Freemason conspiracy theories have also been linked to certain anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Why are all these anti-Semitic?
Fuck you and your Semitic.
And how would the Masons have anything to do with Jack the Ripper, the notorious murderer in London, and the sinking of the Titanic? Did they build that motherfucking iceberg in a huge freezer?
Yeah.
Fuck that
Well,
shit.
There's some, in terms of that, there's some theories that like the iceberg didn't actually sink. It was shot by like a submarine or something, but that's not the point. This one specifically, I think the Freemasons could be a group. Like it's been around long enough that maybe they're some sort of behind the scenes kind of group that's trying to do some shit. I don't know if they're all the shit that they just listed they're responsible for, but like, could they be a group? Yeah.
Or Freemasonry is a group, yes.
Yeah,
I think
they do.
I'm with you. Freemasonry being a group, I give that an 8. As far as them being involved with Titanic or Jack the Ripper, giving them both a 2.
Yeah. I'm giving 1. I don't think they would fuck off towards that. We're gonna get a message from someone in the Freemasons like, we did do it. Yeah, they like watch the video like, yes, that was us.
Yes, that was us. Well, and then if they do that, the next video will be Conspiracy Theorists Revived. Or not, Revisited. Revisited. Ust Akil. Conspiracy theories in Turkey started to dominate public discourse during the late reign of the Justice Department, or Justice and Development Party, and recap Tayyip Erdogan. In 2014, Erdogan coined the term Ust Akil, which was mastermind, to detonate, to denote the alleged command and control institution somewhat ambiguously placed with the government of the United States in comprehensive conspiracy to weaken or even dismember Turkey by orchestrating every political actor and action perceived hostile by Turkey. Erdogan, as well as the Daily Sabah newspaper, on multiple occasions have alleged that very different non-state actors like Salafi jihadist, Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, the Libertarian Socialist Kurdistan Workers' Party, and supporters of Fethullah Gulen were attacking Turkey at the same time in a well-coordinated campaign. For instance, the promoting mastermind conspiracy theory occurred in February 2017 when the Ankara mayor Melik Gökçek claimed that earthquakes in western province of Çanakkale, or whatever, could have been organized by dark external powers aiming to destroy Turkey's economy with an artificial earthquake near Istanbul. Another example, in November 2017, the Islamist newspaper Yeni Akit claimed that a fashion trend of ripped denim jeans was in fact a means of communication via specific forms of rips and holes between agents of foreign states and their collaborators in Turkey.
Alright, so if we have holes in our jeans, we're communicating to Turkish spy, I guess.
I give this whole thing a fucking 1.
Now, do I think the U.S. could attempt a political coup? Sure. Do I think that this whole Turkey shit was our doing? No, they could fuck off.
Gamer. Artificial, right? Earthquake.
It's not that hard to do.
Artificial earthquake by, who was it? What was it? I don't see it anymore. But basically, they're saying like all these actors and stuff are making artificial earthquakes and trying to dismember Turkey.
Yeah, no, I give the whole theory as a whole a 1. I'm just saying, like, artificial earthquakes aren't that hard to produce if you got enough money.
By actors, though, I mean,
why
would actors want to be able to just dismember Turkey with earthquakes?
Oh no, I agree.
Fake earthquakes and ripped denim.
Oh yeah, no, it's a stupid thing. I have no idea who came up with this bullshit. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, they got money, they got time. Maybe someone wanted to dismantle Turkey. I don't know.
Whoever came up with this, quit reading into shit. Get a life. Have a drink. Shut the fuck up.
He says, "Why drunk?"
Shut up. At least I'm here debunking these fucking things, or trying to. I'm not sitting here fucking giving out more conspiracy theories other than the Malaysia flight collided with UFO, which totally happened.
Wearing your best can
Alright. Next one is espionage.
Oh boy.
Israel animal spying. Conspiracy theories exist alleging that Israel uses animals to conduct espionage or attack other people. These are often associated with conspiracy theories about Zionism, matters of interest to theories including a series of shark attacks in Egypt 2010. Hezbollah's accusations of using spying eagles in 2011 capture of a Griffin vulture carrying an Israeli-labeled satellite tracking device. Now, what I have on the sharks, what's funny is that they were talking, I read about this, they thought that Israel was using robot sharks to attack people because they didn't usually go in that area in the winter.
Yeah. See, I don't know if they did that. That part, I'm not like, nah, I don't think that's a thing. However, do I think it's possible that they might have used animals in some sort of spy thing? Oh yeah, sure. Give that part like a 7. Do I think? Oh, fuck, sorry. Do I think Israel went out of their way, built some like fucking, what did you say, mechanical shark to attack people in the coast of Egypt and
Right.
shit? No, I don't think so. I'm giving that part a
I'm
1.
looking at these so-called griffin vultures. They're some ugly motherfuckers.
Oh, are those the big ass like vulture dudes?
Like, look at this fucking thing. Look, get the
Yeah,
fuck over there.
yeah,
Look at
big
that
ass
ugly
bird,
fuck.
dude. Yeah,
That's as ugly as
They're-
me when I first wake up after, 3 hours.
those are in Conan. Whenever you're on the cross, that's the bird that gets like the axe by Conan.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe using like birds and stuff as carrying messages or spying, I can kind of understand that because I mean
Robot sharks, less
because
so.
they did use homing pigeons for longest time, and that was really reliable. But a robotic shark attack? Are you shitting me?
Come on, guys.
All right, next one is Harold Wilson. Numerous persons, including former MI5 officer Peter Wright and Soviet defector Anatoly Golitsyn, have alleged the British Prime Minister Harold Wilson was a secret KGB spy. Historian
No,
Christopher Andrew has lamented that a number of people have been seduced by Golitsyn's fantasies.
no,
So
I
they're
think
saying
it's
that the
just
British
more.
Prime Minister is a KGB spy.
Yeah, I'm doing a 1. You guys can fuck off. This is like some Hydra shit and fucking Captain America being the fucking Hydra agent the whole time. Shit. No,
Hail Hydra.
Austin might be, but other than that, no, I just don't think like KGB spy turns out to be. He's got the fucking country. Like what more do you need right now? Like come on. Like if he
For
was
it to be a
actually a
part of
spy,
glorious Russia? Duh.
no, because then they would work in different interests. It would have aligned more with Russia. No, I just don't think it's a.
All I'm saying is Britain once owned a third of the world. Maybe they want to get back to that certain, power status, even if it means being, quote unquote, the motherland of Russia.
No, I don't buy it.
No, I don't either. I'm just talking bullshit at this point.
I believe it.
Alright, Malala Yousafzai.
Is that English?
No, it is, Pakistan, I think.
Oh,
Conspiracy theories concerning Malala Yousafzai are widespread in Pakistan. Elements elements of which originate in 2013 satirical piece in Dawn. These theories variously allege that she is a Western spy or that her attempted murder by the Taliban in 2012 was a secret operation to further discredit the Taliban and was organized by her father and CIA and carried out by actor Robert De Niro disguised as a Uzbeki homeopath.
what?
You're saying Robert De Niro was paid by this bitch's father and the CIA, disguised as an Uzbeki homeopath, to kill this lady.
See, I thought it could have been plausible. Like I would have given it like maybe a 3 to 5 up until you said that, and now I'm like, no, it's a.
Robert De Niro, you fucking failed.
Yeah, or maybe he's the best spy ever.
I thought you were the Godfather, man. Come on.
We're so convinced that he can't be a spy. He's actually the best spy.
He's not a spy. He's a gangster. Duh. You've never seen Godfather?
No, I have.
Actually, I haven't either. So I don't know what the movie's about. I just know it's like mafia related. I need to watch that movie. I've heard it's really good. I've never watched it.
I've only watched bits and pieces because I just was like, eh.
Bits
I
and
played the
pieces
game.
of this dick.
I played the game more than I watched the movie, and the
There's a
game
game?
basically is the movie. Yeah,
Hold on.
it was like for the PS2, I think. You run around and shoot shit.
Well, it
and
could have been
shit.
that good. It was made by EA.
It was good enough.
Yeah, it says Godfather was a 2006 open-world action-adventure video game developed by EA Redwood Shores and published by EA Electronics. Initial release date was March 21st, 2006. Platforms: PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable. Remember having those things? The PSP?
No. Oh yeah, the PSP. Sorry, I was thinking of like a PlayStation Portable. I'm like, what? I didn't know they made it, but no, yeah, the
Um, Xbox 360, Wii, Microsoft Windows, and Java. They have it on
What?
Steam?
Do they? Hold on. Oh shit, that's not Steam. That's not what
That's
I want.
Stream. That's your pissing porn.
You're fired.
You can go home.
There's no way that game's so
No,
old.
they don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's way too old to be on.
I mean, to be fair, they said we're told to be on Steam, and look at us now, posting on. Well, I'm posting on YouTube.
Bitch.
All right. Um. Oh, here we go. There's so much to go over. Holy shit! All right, all right. Next one is anti-Semitism. Since at least the Middle Ages, anti-Semitism has featured elements of conspiracy theory. In medieval Europe, it was widely believed that the Jews poisoned wells had been responsible for the death of Jesus and ritually consumed the blood of Christians. The second half of the 19th century saw the emergence of notions that Jews and or Freemasons were plotting to establish control over the world. A similar conspiracy theory relates to cultural Marxism. Forged evidence has been presented to spread the notion that Jews were responsible for the propagation of communism, or the hoax that Protocols of Elders of Zion, which outlines a supposed plot by the Jews to control the world. Such anti-Semitic conspiracy theories become central to the worldview of Adolf Hitler. Anti-Semitic theories persist today in notions concerning banking, Hollywood, the news, media, and purported Zionist occupation government. These theories have a tyrannical worldview in common. Holocaust denial is also considered an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory because of its position that the Holocaust is a hoax designed to advance the interests of Jews and justify the creation of the State of Israel. Holocaust deniers include former Iranian President Mohammed Ahmadinejad, the convicted chemist Germar Rudolph, and discredited author David Irving.
Jesus. So we're getting into a dangerous territory now, Austin, and I just gotta say, can't judge an entire race by like one person.
Right.
So
I mean,
the
no.
fact that
There's no
anyone
point.
says any sort of
There's no point that, or there's. It's not unrealistic to believe that, they have done their fair share of fuck ups. Every race, religion, ethnicity, we've all done our fair share of fuck ups, especially the white fuckers. Talking to you out there. But yeah. So I mean, we've all had our fair share of fuck ups, but that I don't think, as far as like, to try and take over the world and have been responsible for the death of Jesus and ritually consumed the blood of Christians, And I also think that Holocaust denial is fucking retarded.
yeah, very much so. Ugh. Okay.
Alright, the next one is called anti-Arminianism. What? Conspiracy theories which allege the Armenians wield secret political power and prevalent in Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Sure. Have been promoted by the government, including President Ilham Aliyev. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu has claimed that the Russian media is run by Armenians. American writer and disbarred lawyer Samuel Weems has claimed that the Armenian genocide was a hoax designed to defraud Christian nations of billions of dollars, and the Armenian Church instigates terrorist attacks. Filmmaker Davud Imanov was accused or has accused the Armenians of plotting against Azerbaijan and claimed that the Karabakh movement was a plot by the CIA to destroy the Soviet Union.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, Chief.
I don't know either. I can't understand half the words here, but doesn't discredit that half of this is bullshit. People, do you even have all these conspiracy theorists out there? Do you even have to do research to come up with a conspiracy theory, or can you just make some shit up, post it on some fucking forum like on fucking Reddit, and people like, oh, that's so true. I'm gonna believe that.
I've already posted about the fucking alien being crashed into by the flight.
Have you? Have you for real? I'm going to. Hold.
Just go post it on Reddit. Be like, isn't even thought.
No,
Maybe
I-
they
I-
ran
I-
into
I don't-
alien.
I don't have a Reddit. I'm going on Facebook, motherfucker.
Oh god, you're gonna tag me in it too, aren't you? Gamer said the smartest thing today. People are gonna be concerned just by the fact that you say that.
Okay, here it is, guys. I figured out what happened to.
No, I figured out. Hold on.
I'm the one that said it crashed.
And then I said maybe
I'm
it
gonna
crashed
put-
into aliens
I'm
specifically.
gonna put we.
All right.
What happened to Malaysia? Flight was it 370?
Maybe we should remember what that. Before we go, I don't know. I'm struggling to stay awake. I've been awake for a while, so.
I think it's 370.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's 370.
That's good. I'm glad.
Malaysia flight 370. It crashed. ... Into a UFO.
And that's
Tag
why we
friends.
can't find anyone.
Tag Branister. Post. Alright. It's posted. Have fun.
Yeah, I just got the game.
Alright, the next one is anti-Baha'ism. Alright. Iran's Baha'i minority has been the target of conspiracy theories alleging involvement with hostile powers. Iranian government officials
Can we
and-
skip these ones? I'm tired of hearing about this random shit about people conspiracizing that
Alright,
this
alright.
government or this government.
You don't want to go over to Antichrist? Or Bible and Jesus? Or racism?
Oh god, no. Yeah. Oh, no.
Alright,
no.
we'll skip all that. Alright, here we go. This one is not a fucking... Never mind. Okay, this one is just overall extraterrestrials and UFOs.
Okay.
Among the foremost concerns of conspiracy theorists are questions of alien life. For example, allegations of government cover-ups for supposed Roswell UFO incident or activity in Area 51. Also disseminated are theories concerning so-called men in black who allegedly silenced witnesses. Multiple reports of dead cattle found with absent body parts and seemingly drained of blood have emerged worldwide since the 1960s. This phenomenon has spawned theories variously concerning aliens and secret government or military experiments. Prominent among such theorists is Linda Moulton Howe, the author of Alien Harvest. Many conspiracy theories have drawn inspiration from the writings of ancient astronaut proponent Zecharia Sitchin, who declared that the Anunnaki from Sumerian mythology were actually a race of extraterrestrial beings who came to Earth around 500,000 years ago in order to mine gold. The 1994 book, Humanity's Extraterrestrial Origins, Easy Influence on Humankind's Biological and Cultural Evolution, Arthur Horn proposed that the Anunnaki were a race of blood-drinking, shape-shifting alien reptiles. This theory was adapted and elaborated on by British conspiracy theorist David Icke, who maintains the Bush family, Margaret Thatcher, Bob Hope, and the British royal family, among others, are or were such creatures who have been under their control. Icke's critics have suggested that the reptilians may be seen as an anti-Semitic code word, a charge he denied. Okay. That was a lot of
So
reading.
I don't know about most of that. Like a lot of it near the end just sounds like it's just like fucking building on it. But I think the government could know about aliens maybe already and hide it. Yeah, but you know what?
I mean,
Fucking
they did
deserve it.
release videos recently. The Pentagon did release videos of UFO sightings recently.
I mean, okay, a UFO is not necessarily alien though.
Oh
UFO is
no, I'm
just
just saying that
unidentified
I'm not
flying
saying
object.
that. I'm just saying that they did release videos, so it's not like they're trying to hide too much anymore. They're starting to open up a little bit, but then to keep the main majority from us.
I think if there's ever actual evidence of aliens, unless it was just too big to hide, like it fucking came down and attacked the goddamn city, I don't think the public should know. I'm sorry, people of the world, but let's be honest. 90% of you are fucking dumbasses and
Let's
would
ima-
panic the fuck out of an alien
let's
species
imagine for a
showing up.
second, gamer.
So,
Let's imagine
uh,
for a second that you are the president of the United States.
I'm fucking an alien.
That's not where I was going with this, but I like your style.
This is how we make peace. I will marry a fucking alien queen for
So,
peace.
so let's imagine you're the president of the United States, and
Mhm.
there was a legit alien sighting. They were able they contacted
One
let's say they contacted you directly,
one
and
hundred percent cover it up.
hold on,
One hundred
hold on, I'm
percent.
getting to that. Hold your fucking horses. Now, realistically, if you so I know you say you're going to cover this up, I would too. If if you open this to the world, here's the three people that are going to show up. One, or there's four. There's the ones, you apocalypse fuckers out there. Start building your fucking shelter, start stocking up on food, and then pretty much distance yourself from the rest of the world. Two, the let's make peace people. People are going to be like, hey, let's talk to people. Let's see if we can find out more. Let's see if there's a way we can make peace. Number three, the I don't give a fuck people. People who are going to see it and either not believe it or not care. And then there's the worst of you. Number four, the aggressive people. Let's go fuck them up. That's why this information is not released. Because there's such a widespread difference of how people are going to react. And last thing we need is if something does happen. I mean, we can't even agree on each other. We can't even get along with other human beings. We got gang wars still going on. We still got race wars still going on. Religion wars going on. You think we're really going to be able to handle a whole other fucking species? Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's gonna work. So if there was ever an alien, I think the government would and 100% should hide that fact from us.
Right. That's what I'm going with. They should hide it. Are they hiding it? Probably. Do I care? No. I'm good with the aliens I meet in Stellaris. 'Cause at least them I can fight and not have any repercussions that maybe losing my fleet, maybe possibly losing a war.
Right?
Right, so we're kind of running kind of high on time and are getting tired. So we're gonna kind of I'm just gonna go over a topic and see if you want to talk about it or not. All right, so Illuminati.
No, not real.
Okay. False flag operations.
Oh, what?
False flag operations.
I don't even know what that is.
It says false flag operations are covert operations designed to appear as if they're being carried out by other entities. Some allegations of false flag operations have been verified or have been subjects of legitimate historical disputes, such as 1993 Rage Stark arson attack. Discussions of unsubstantiated allegations of such operations feature strongly conspiracy theory cores. Other allegations similar to the operations have been attached to the bombing of Pearl Harbor, Oklahoma City bombing, 2004 Madrid train bombings, and the 1964 Gulf of Tonkin incident. So basically, what I'm getting at is these people are taking credit for something they didn't do.
Or they're framing someone else for something they did.
Right, right.
You know, to be fair, that just sounds like good manipulation of the public.
Right. Is this happening? Oh, yeah.
100%.
Is it involved with Pearl Harbor? Probably not. Oklahoma City bombing? Yeah, it was only two guys that did it, so I can kind of see that it may have been used as manipulation. I'm not actually all that read up on 2004 Madrid train bombings. I don't know if you are. I know of the Gulf of Tonkin incident. I'm not that read up on it either. I just kind of read about it in history class. So.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's fucking. Is it moral? I mean, I would prefer the countries not do that, but do I think it's necessary sometimes to carry out a
Could you
covert
just
operation?
fucking
Sure,
not?
right?
Oh, that's funny. Alright, 9/11.
We should skip that.
Sandy Hook.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what Sandy Hook is?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. Alright, we're going over this one. 2012 fatal mass shooting of Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newton, Connecticut prompted numerous conspiracy theories,
Oh,
one which claimed that it was a manufactured event with the
oh,
aim of prompting gun control. Former Ku Klux Klan leader David Duke has theorized that Zionists were responsible. Theorists such as Alex Jones has suggested that the event was staged with actors. Harassment of the bereaved families by conspiracy theories have resulted in actions of defamation. Rush Limbaugh also stated that the event happened because of Mayan calendar phenomena made shooter Adam Lanza do it.
okay. So I did know about this. I didn't know that. I didn't know its name, but I did
Well, there's
hear
technically
about this.
two Sandy Hook-ish incidents.
Well, I
The new
didn't
one's
know
called
that's what
Sandy
it's
Creek.
called. I fucking yeah. I think it was Sandy Creek, the one I heard about. But
About
uh,
not the alien, the Indian massacre
yeah,
in Colorado.
yeah. I think
I
that's the
think the
one
one's
that
called
it is.
Sandy Creek.
I'm not sure. Not. I mean, talking about it now that you said it, now I can vaguely. In 2012, I didn't really pay all that attention. That was like 8 years ago. I was like what? I was like 13. So yeah, I didn't really
I
pay
mean, I
attention to
knew
all
about the
that.
Sandy Hook incident because, I mean, obviously I was always kind of read up on news back then because I didn't have anything better to do because I didn't do my schoolwork, so why the fuck not read up on news?
Fuck, you were playing Madden with me. Fuck off.
Right, but I mean, when I was at school, I wasn't doing anything.
Sure. But yeah, no,
Besides,
I don't
trying to
know.
watch you tackle somebody after chicken nuggets.
Dude, it was chicken strips, and those were mine. You get very precious good food in school. That was mine.
Alright, I think this is stupid. People shoot up schools and stuff, and it's not fun, but basically what you're doing here is telling all those people who lost family members and kids,
That it's
in
fake.
this incident, is saying, oh, it's fake, it was staged by actors, and,
It-
it was the Mayan calendar's fault. Like, no, the guy was a fucking asshole.
yeah, I don't know if you can go around telling parents, "Hey, I know you just lost your child and shit, but yeah,
Quit
that was
faking it.
fake. Yeah, quit faking it, bitch."
If
Like,
I, God forbid this ever happens, but if I have a kid in school that goes for a mass shooting and unfortunately loses his or her life, and someone comes up to me and tells me you're faking it, I will shoot you in the fucking face. I will go to
you
prison.
will.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, you work there. Why don't you just give
I
them to
work in
the
a
inmate?
jail. It's significantly different.
That's true. That's true. Fair enough.
However,
Uh,
jail will be my first stop, but I will definitely be going to prison, and I will answer to my whatever maker is actually here for my actions of shooting you in the face. I'm pretty sure even Satan would give me a high five on that one.
right.
Okay, so the next one is Clinton's, but there's actually nothing there. Also, it just leads to a link. It says, see also Clinton body count. I don't want to know how much people Hillary Clinton's fucked.
Well,
Him
I
or
think
Bill,
it's more.
or her or Bill.
You know, I don't feel like talking about either of them. I'll be honest. I don't like either of them. So, I think they're corrupt government officials. So I'm not talking about them.
Alright, Barack Obama.
Fuck him. Move on.
Jeffrey Epstein death conspiracy theories.
Fuck him too. Move on.
Good memes, though. Good memes. FEMA.
Hmm.
It's the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Is this because of the coronavirus?
No,
That this
I don't
one's
think so. It's basically for like martial law and genocide.
well. I hope neither one come to pass. But yeah.
To be honest, I'm reading this and I don't see any kind of like. I mean, there's a link that says go to FEMA Camp Conspiracy Theories, but I'm not doing that much work there.
Yeah, no, I don't think we need to go through any of them.
Alright, members of South Africa's African National Congress Party. Whatever that's
I
about.
have nothing to do with South Africa. We can move on.
Cultural Marxism.
Marxism. That's communism, basically, right?
Yeah.
They can fuck off!
Alright, next one's called
Oh,
Deep State.
deep state? What is that one?
Um, hold on, make sure my mic's picking up. appears to be picking up. All right. While the term is occasionally used as a neutral term to denote a nation's bureaucracy, the conspiratorial, I don't know, notion of deep state is a concept originating principally in the Middle Eastern and North African politics with some basis in truth and has been known in the U.S. since the 1960s. It's been revived under the Trump presidency. Deep state, in the latter sense, refers to unidentified power elite who acts in coordination of manipulation of nations. Okay, so this is basically the same thing as what we were talking about earlier with the Illuminati and the New World Order.
Oh, we already went through this then.
Yeah, fuck it. Sutherland Springs.
What?
It's another another shooting.
Oh. Yeah, no, we're fine.
Trump and Ukraine.
Oh, fuck off. Whoever keeps making this shit.
Alright. October surprise conspiracy theory.
Over surprise.
Yeah, October surprise conspiracy theory.
Oh, is this the one where people think that we had COVID-19 back in like October?
No.
What is this one?
Refers to an alleged plot to influence the outcomes of the 1980 United States presidential election between Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan. A huge central point of the election debate related on the ongoing hostage situation where 52 Americans were being held captive by the Iranian government after the United States Embassy was stormed by Iranian protesters on November 4th, 1979. The plot describes a clandestine negotiation to delay the release of hostages until after the election. Reagan won the election 20 minutes after he conducted the inaugural address. The Islamic Republic of Iran announced the release of the hostages after 444 consecutive days in captivity. Sutter revealed that while no direct negotiations occurred, the Reagan campaign did collaborate to disseminate rumors of a payoff for the Iranian government in case of post-election captive release, which stifled any pre-election release negotiations of the Carter administration. So where's the conspiracy in this?
I didn't hear anything.
I don't see a conspiracy. It's just saying that Reagan got our people out of Iranian control.
Maybe it was maybe the conspiracy is it was staged or something.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying any kind of stage. The only thing it says is there was no direct negotiations that ever occurred.
Oh, I don't know then.
I don't know. All right, we're going on to medicine. The first one is called alternative therapy suppression.
What is it referring to?
A 2013 study approved by the University of Chicago suggested that almost half the Americans believe at least one medical conspiracy theory, with 37% believing that the FDA deliberately suppresses natural cures due to influence from some pharmaceutical industry. A prominent proponent of comparable conspiracy theories have been conflicted to fraudster Kevin Trudeau. So I'm guessing it's basically big pharma.
Okay. So with this one, I think, do pharmaceutical companies probably have a cure or can fix more than they're saying? Yes. The way I look at it, there's no money in a one-time cure. There's a fuck ton of money in someone who's coming to you for life.
Basically,
So-
yeah, you can use a lifetime. It's like with cancer. You can get a lifetime of chemo and they're making hella bank. Or they give you the cure for cancer, be done with it, but not make as much bank.
Yeah, so honestly, I think they probably have a bunch of cures or maybe like ways to at least, if it was released to the public, at least like help encourage or like fix many of these diseases or any illness and shit like that. But they just don't release it due to the fact that, like you said, like I said, there's no money in a one-time cure.
Right. So, I mean, is it happening? I don't think so. I'm going to give this probably... I'm going to give it a 5. I can see it happening. I don't think it's currently happening.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Gamer?
I think a 9. I think they definitely have something, some sort of thing.
So, with you saying a 9, what possible big cures do you think they're hiding?
I think they can cure cancer, to be honest with you.
Just all cancer in general, or certain types of cancer?
Certain types. I think it's got to be certain types. Like brain cancer, I don't think we're to the stage where we can successfully extract tumors from the head that are like lodged and shit. Or like certain ones that are gone and grown too big. But I think there's definitely cures that you don't need chemo that can definitely take care of a lot
So
of...
for like lung cancer, stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely think that something like that could happen.
Okay.
I just got a message from my mother. Bruce is leaving, so I gotta go downstairs and like say goodbye. It'll be a minute, but I figured we just want to end
I'll
the
just keep
video.
going over some of these till you get back.
All right, I'll be back.
Alright, so the next one coming up is artificial diseases. I'm going to skip that one, and along with fluoridation. But I'm going to go over vaccination. It is claimed that pharmaceutical industries has mounted a cover-up of a causal link between vaccines and autism. The conspiracy theory developed after publication in Britain in 1998, a fraudulent paper by discredited former Dr. Andrew Wakefield. The resulting anti-vaccine movement has been promoted by a number of prominent persons, including Rob Schneider, Jim Carrey, and President Donald Trump, and has led to increased rates of infection and death from diseases such as measles in many countries, including the US, Italy, Germany, Romania, and the UK. Vaccine conspiracy theories have been widespread in Nigeria since 2003, as well as Pakistan. Such theories may feature claims that vaccines are part of a secret anti-Islam plot and have been linked to fatal mass shootings and bombings at vaccine clinics in both countries. I think anti-vaxxers are dumb. That is currently my opinion. I disagree with all of it. Every and all of it is bullshit, in my opinion. Because I think vaccines are good. I mean, there's no other way to put that. I mean, measles are coming back, which is something that's never supposed to happen. Stuff like that. It's just, I don't think it causes autism, though. What possibly in a goddamn vaccine would cause autism? You fucking tell me. Alright, next we're going to go over global warming. The global warming conspiracy theory typically alleges that the science behind global warming has been invented or distorted for ideological or financial reasons. Many have promoted such theories, including US President Donald Trump, US Senator James Inhofe, British journalist Christopher Booker, and Viscount Christopher Monckton. Is global warming true? I don't know. I think it could be something, but they also could be distorting it. So, is it a problem? Probably. Are you distorting it? Probably. I'll give this a 6. I think it's happening, but I think it's also widely distorting it, probably for financial reasons more than anything else. So, done with that one. Next, we're going to go over, I'm not going over weather notification control projects. What is that? I'll go over that one. Here's what I can go over. Flat Earth theory first emerged in the 19th century in England, despite the Earth's spherical nature having been known since at least the time of Pythagoras. It has in recent times been promoted by American software consultant Mark Sargent through the use of YouTube videos. Flat Earther conspiracy theories hold the Earth is not a sphere. Evidence has been faked or suppressed to hide the fact that instead of a disk or single infinite plane. Infinite plane?
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back to this bullshit.
What shit?
Flat Earth.
No, fuck off.
No, you need to hear this one.
Listen.
Shut up! Shut up and listen! Flat Earther conspiracy theorists hold that the planet Earth is not a sphere, and evidence has been faked or suppressed to hide the fact that it instead is a disk or a single infinite plane.
It's Minecraft.
Welcome to Minecraft, motherfuckers! No,
Yeah.
fuck off.
I've debunked this on one of my. I don't know which one it was. I may have taken it down. But back when I was living with Carrie, I was talking to Colby about it, and I was so mad about how flat earthers even can consider this to be a true thing. I made a fucking YouTube video, and I was like, "You're all stupid. This is a stupid idea. Any of you who legitimately take this seriously or not, and ain't in it just for the meme of saying, haha, flat earth jokes kind of shit. If any of you out there they take this seriously, you're fucking stupid."
We're gonna go back to a point I pointed out earlier. If you think the Earth is flat, just fucking die. You know what? I got a challenge for you flat earthers. If it's flat, if you think it's flat, go kill yourself off the fucking edge.
Listen, that's
Bitch.
gonna get this video taken down, I'm pretty sure, but like flat earth is just bad. Pretty sure this video is gonna be taken down like in fucking 20.
I'm drunk and don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
In fact, I need another drink.
I'm gonna have to edit some of that shit. Which I think I can do from the YouTube login now, so that's cool.
I can't open the bottle. Never mind, I got it. I missed the trash can. Alright, I'm back. Could you hear me yelling at you?
No.
I was like, Gamer, I can't open the bottle. And then it popped up, I was like, never mind, I got it. And I threw the trash can, I was like, fuck, I missed the trash can.
Yeah, no.
Cheers, motherfuckers. I think I
it's
just
a
fucked
good
up my
place to
camera.
end
Hold
it,
on.
To be honest. Well, that seems like the perfect place to end it.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Yelling at flat earthers while drinking a beer. That sounds like the perfect way to end the video.
No, motherfucker. There's one more that I
Alright.
really, really want to go over, and I think you will too.
Alright. What is it?
You ready? Are
Okay.
you sitting down?
Yeah.
New England Patriots.
What about it? You mean how they're rigging football? No, I
The
don't
New England Patriots have also been involved in numerous conspiracy theories. During their AFC Championship 24-20 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, several conspiracy theories spread stating that the referees helped the Patriots advance Super Bowl LII. However, sports analyst Stephen A. Smith stated the Jaguars were not robbed, but they had no one to blame but themselves. Those conspiracy theories regarding Super Bowl LI, matchup between the Patriots and Atlanta Falcons, stating that the game was rigged, while others said the Falcons made questionable play calls at the end of the game that resulted in it blowing a 28-3 lead. So, Patriots, big fat fucking
okay.
cheaters or no?
I think that there is definitely some ultra friendliness with some NFL refs going on, but yeah,
There's only
I'm
one way for me to prove this theory. Here's my theory. Brady's blowing the refs. And if Tampa Bay starts suddenly winning, I was right.
listen. It would take that to make Tampa Bay win.
I know it would. I mean, yeah, they got Gronk now, but I mean, two players you added aren't going to do that much.
Yeah, no. To be honest, like something's going on if Brady suddenly goes to the Bucks and they start winning.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe Brady's blowing Gronk too, as I got him out of retirement.
Well, no. Listen, because they actually, Gronk actually fucking confirmed that they're already fucking cheating. The Bucks are already have a violation because they gave Gronkowski the fucking playbook a month before, because they're supposed to be like this off season or this off area, right, where they're not supposed to be going over plans. They're not supposed to have contact with other teams' players or other things like this, right?
Okay.
Gronk confirmed a month into this, or a month before what was released to the public and what was the supported timeline, that he had the playbook for Tampa Bay, that he knew where Brady was going. And you've heard obviously about the Brady walking into someone else's house, right?
I doubt. Okay, that was more of an accident from what I read.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the person he was going to visit
Was the offensive coordinator.
And he's not supposed to do that. That is a violation of the rules of the offseason. Because Brady wasn't on the team at the time that he went to visit him. He was still supposedly a Patriot. No,
when I read it, he was already confirmed signed with the Bucks.
And that's what I'm saying, though. They said it was to give Tom Brady his playbook, but Tom Brady had already confirmed, Gronk had already confirmed Tom Brady and him had received the playbook a month before this, which is a violation.
Okay, now a month before that, yeah, I get that, but when he walked into the wrong house, he was already a Buck.
Yeah, no, that's what confirmed it, though, was when he did that, and their lie was to cover up Brady, saying, oh, I was here to see the coach to get the playbook. That countered what Gronk said in his interview on some talk show about having received the playbook a month before. and then he had to come out after this whole ordeal of Brady walking in the wrong house, and then because of the whole cheating thing, and say, "Oh, haha, I was joking," you know.
And see that
So-
I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it was a whole big thing about something about like there's this whole off-season thing. They were already in contact with Gronk and Brady way before they were supposed to be allowed to even talk to him. Had their playbook, the Bucks playbook already. Like lots of shit about it to the point where they almost fucking suspended the coach or some shit. It was a big thing, I thought.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, but most of my news comes from actually NFL apps. So
Yeah, I watch Pat McAfee show, so he gets a lot of these news.
right. But yeah, guys, I guess with that, we're gonna be done with this episode. We recorded for damn near 2 hours, so enjoy 2 hours of us debunking conspiracy theories and calling you all idiots.
Sorry if you think you're not.
What?
Nothing.
What'd you say? You cut out.
I said, sorry for calling you all idiots if you think you're.
Yeah, so some of these theories are plausible. Some of them are stupid. Flat earthers, I'm looking at you. Anti-vaxxers, you too.
I don't even get that one.
That one happened. That one happened while you were gone.
I would have gone on a rant for like an hour on that one.
But however, that's really it for this episode. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Gamer for being here. As always, his link is in my description. Go check him out. Show him some love. He just recently had a video that reached 10,000 views. So go ahead and check out that video. Add some more views to his bullshit. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Get him up there. Go ahead and drop a like if you like this video. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers!